Hello, welcome back to my channel. We're back with our pumpkins that we were fixing. I wanted to show you how it turned out. Looks like the foam did fill up the whole entire cavity, which is good. So there's this one. That was the one with the biggest hole, I believe. And you didn't really see it that well last time. I'm gonna move this over. I'll show you this one. This one had two sections here. This one and this one. And it was just I don't know, it didn't look too bad. This one did. So right now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up this foam with an X-Acto knife. And yeah, I'm just going to use my Cricut because I have extra things for it. I'm just going to scrape off the excess that I don't need. Like there's a little bit, I don't know, can you see this here? Right there. That got on there. Just be real careful. Try and get this off. Or maybe I can even do it this way. Just want to make sure it's smooth and not too bumpy, so when I paint over it, it'll look decent. Okay. I'm going to move on to this. Try and get out this excess here. I'm just going to cut it and see how that goes. Now, like I said, I have never done this before, so you're seeing it the first time I'm seeing it and how it's going. Now, if you are scared of the way I use an X-Acto knife, join the club. My husband is scared of the way I use any kind of knife or box cutter. I find it humorous. I'm sure I will cut myself someday, but until that day, I'll continue to do it the way I've always done it. And I'm not exactly sure if this stuff will take paint, but I have several different oranges and several different reds, because if you look at this real close, there's some red highlights on the veins of the pumpkin. So I got my red out and I got my orange out ahead of time so I wouldn't have to be scrapping around to make the video even longer. Okay, this one seems pretty good. There's not anything really sticking out, except maybe that. And there's nothing a little bit of paint won't cover. So I'm happy with that, because there are all these little, and I'm gonna put this to the back of my little topiary thing. This doesn't need anything scraped or done to it. There's still a little bit of a cavity here. I'm sure a little bit more foam could have gone in there, but I used what I had, and yeah, I didn't have more than one can. I'm gonna set this one to the side because I'm pretty much happy with this one now. All I'm gonna do is slop paint on it anyway, just to make it so people can't see right away that it's broken. So I'm gonna move this over here, bring this one in. And remember, this one was the one with the big hole, so I need to flatten this stuff out. And I like this. It worked out pretty good for something that somebody was just gonna throw away because it was broken. And I thought, hey, let's try and figure out how to get this, you know, so that I can use it on my porch, you know. And I always looked at these pumpkins and thought they were cute, but I couldn't afford to pay the price for them. So, and you'll find out, well, I'll tell you right now. I used to dumpster dive a lot when I lived in Pennsylvania. And one year the family got their Christmas gifts from a dumpster. Now they were clean dumpsters. A lot of you don't know what I'm talking about, but there are clean dumpsters out there. And especially the Hallmark dumpsters, they always smelled the best. But I had done some dumpster dive, and the last one I had done in Pennsylvania, we were caught by the cops at gunpoint in a place that had regulations that you couldn't dumpster dive. We didn't know that. So we talked to the cops, and we were very respectful, and they were equally respectful to us, and they left us go with a warning to not dumpster dive there again. And that was really the last time I did it because, you know, at that point in time, I was just over it. And so was my crew. I did have a crew. I had a one-person crew. But, yeah. All right, that's pretty much flat. I'm happy with that. I'm just going to take that little one. And I'm just going to paint over this other stuff here that you see. I'll get my nail in there. I don't have much of a fingernail, but I'm going to get that. And then we're going to move on to the paint here. So I'm going to clean that up as best I can. Now, like I said, this doesn't have to be precise. This is just going to be outside in my little topiary thing. So as you can see back here, I have the lineup of colors, and I really probably should have only picked 2 because mostly they pretty much blend. And I don't really think it matters what red is going on. So just grab 2 of them. Shake them up, give them a good shake. I think I'm gonna need more orange than anything. So I'll just put these here, move those there. All right, here's the test. Like I said, I have never done this before. This is spray foam. This is acrylic paint. Let's see how well she sticks, shall we? I'm going in with orange first because that's a major color. Getting in there. You can see I'm already covering it up, which is good. I just want it so that when you look at it, you don't see right away that it was broken and fixed. I think that's doing pretty good, you know, I mean, I have to get in there because there's gouges in there some places. It's not quite the same color orange, but if your eyes catch it right away, then you're probably an artist. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, I can't get in there that too far. Just gonna stay in there, and until I come back with the red, that should be good. And I'm satisfied with that. Like I said, this thing was free, and it was broken. So, moving to the next one. Can you see that? Okay. Get in here because that's the major spot. It's a little lower than my brush. I gotta really press it in there because that's the one I said it probably have used a little more, but I didn't have more. Just working with what you got. You know, I'm thrifty if anything. Okay. Coming up on the big one here. Just gonna superficially cover those and blend it. I have no problems painting with my finger. This stuff comes off rather nicely. A little bit there. And I'm just gonna blend that in a little. Nope, there's some I missed. Run it out. What I have, but I don't want to use too much paint. I don't really need to. So it looks like I got pretty much all of it. And yes, it's a different color, but like I said, your eye's not gonna latch onto the fact that it's not the exact shade. Okay. I'll just go along here, finger painting along the edges, because that's the way it is. not such hard red here, the light reds. And in here, we're on an edge right there, so we get some red in that. And I think that looks pretty tootin' good, if I do say so myself. Not bad at all. Now we just need to add red to the other one. Because if you look at it from here, I'll just keep turning. I'll turn it. Okay, we'll turn it. See what it looks like. Oh, isn't that pretty? Just keep turning it. Keep turning it. It blends. It blends very well. I'm very happy with that. Okay, gotta switch out to this guy here. Add the red. Finger painting. I like it best. Now, the reason I did add the foam, just to reiterate the reason I added the foam, was because this whole cavity in here was hollow. And I just wanted to give it some strength because, you know, it had these cracks in it. And I wanted it to adhere from the inside to the cracks that, there's some superficial cracks here that, you know, could probably crack more. But I wanted that foam to adhere to those cracks so that it wouldn't break any more than it already did. So that is my final endeavor here. I'm just gonna tap some red on here and get it in there. Yeah, see, that worked pretty good. Yeah, very good. I am very happy with that. Well, there you have it. From beginning to end. This camera angle was a little better. You could actually see what I was doing as I dump over all my paint. Oh, there it is. And there's that one. Okay, well, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. And you have a wonderful day. Never stop learning.